Robin Deal is here. Hello, Robin.
Hello.
I always ask people to start off with an introduction and tell people a little bit about your current job, but also anything else you think is important to share with people about your journey professionally with people with disabilities or personally.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me today. So it really does begin personally, if I can start there. I have 3 children, and they're the ones that had me, I had an interest in special education. So, and I was working as a teacher's aide, and I felt like I was making a difference in the school. So I went back to school later in life and decided to get a degree in special education, severe disabilities, and I'm also certified to teach elementary ed. I taught special education for about 6 years, and then I came upon this job at Variety, which was a much better fit for me, and I've been here 5 years, recently promoted to programs director, but through the experience with my children, all having different needs and we're all different. And that is where I got my passion for individuals that just have different gifts and do things differently. They do things in the same way. And so that's my story and kind of how I got here and what I'm doing. So
I think it's going to be a really good session today because I think everybody thinks they know who Variety is, but you guys have so many really cool opportunities that I don't think people really get. So I'd love you to tell us a little bit about Variety. I don't know if you want to share your webpage while you're talking, or just share a little bit about Variety and then we can go to it, but it's your show now.
So what I'm going to do here, this is our main page. It's varietystl.org. And if you hover over this Variety's impact and what we do, I'm going to take you through our programming that we have. So we have medical equipment, Fair Happy Kids, which is our therapy program. We have recreation and performing arts. So I'm going to begin up here at the medical equipment. So both the medical equipment and the Fair Happy Kids, when you apply, and I'll show you that button in just a second, if you need these services, Variety takes all individuals that have a physical or medically diagnosed disability that has an income of $85,000 or less, and you're automatically approved for equipment, which I think is wonderful. Kids grow through their wheelchairs and standers and all those things, they grow. And once you're approved for either medical equipment or Fair Happy, we continue to provide services for you for the year. I know, and there's no limitation on like how much you can get. If your income is over $85,000, we ask that you list out what your earnings go toward, and we have approved people like up to $120,000 or more, so don't be hesitant. So I'm going to take you here to learn more about medical equipment.
Your name is the Variety, the children's charity. Does that mean that your services stop at 18, 21, or does it depend by program?
Great question. So we serve individuals from birth to age 21. Okay. Once they reach 21 and they age out. So this is the equipment we fund, just to give you some ideas. Wheelchairs, walkers, van lifts, therapeutic bikes, which I'll talk a little bit more about, standers, safety beds, prosthetics, power wheelchairs, and also the wheelchairs that stand. I think we have given those away also. They're very important so that the individual can stand and they're not in a seated position all the time. It allows for more independence. I've heard individuals that have received chairs have been able to make their own microwave popcorn, put a Christmas ornament up on a tree, that type of thing. So independence is super big. Orthotics, medical strollers, hearing aids, communication devices. So we offer all kinds of equipment. Communication device mounts. You can see that was put on his therapeutic bike, and activity chairs. So we offer all types of equipment. When we provide equipment for families, we need a medical note, either from the doctor or the therapist, requesting the product. All you have to do is click on this button to apply. And you'll see that the application is there. We serve 15 counties in Missouri and in Illinois. These are the counties that we serve. And this here is just an application to become a Variety family, to get notifications about things that are happening and what we have going on. And so here's the financial assistance button. And depending on what you're looking for is what you click on. I'm going to go to the bikes for kids now. So every November, so I've been here 5 years, we have in November, right before Thanksgiving, we have a huge bike giveaway. We give away standard bikes, which is just a regular bicycle. Pedals, may have handbrakes, may have brakes in the back. We only have training wheels on the 12-inch and the 16-inch bike. But we give those away to individuals with physical and developmental disabilities. Not everyone can ride a bike, but people can ride differently. So here's an individual who is kind of laying down, pedaling. So therapeutic bikes are made for the individual, specifically for the individual. So they'll use their strengths in their body to use the bicycle. Here's a picture of the standard bikes that we give away. Yep, so there's there's different bikes other than this one. I don't have any other pictures here, but there are different bikes. Some people pedal with their hands. Some people, we've had other adaptations to the bike. The company we work with is great at adapting bikes. They actually got into the business because of their son. And they have a passion for the therapeutic bikes and creating those for everyone's needs. So as I was saying, in November, we give away the bikes. So you may ask, when do I apply to get a therapeutic bike? I'm really interested. We take applications all year long for the therapeutic bikes, but you may not get it this year. So we're giving away 31 bikes in November. We've already given away quite a few bikes this year. So if you were to apply now, you'd get on a waiting list for next year. When our vendor comes in town, your kiddo would be fitted for it, and they create that bike for you. And then there's another fitting to make sure it's a good fit.
Great recommendation. And I just heard the Recreation Council say today that they have loaner bikes. So while you're waiting for your bike from Variety, you could borrow a bike and see what's a good fit for you.
So if we go on to TheraHappy, these are our therapy programs that we provide. And when I say we provide, we actually fund them. We don't provide them. So you use your own therapist. We can get you hooked up with somebody if you need to find someone that we recommend. But we help out. So some insurance companies will only pay out X amount of dollars. And then you would apply, or if your insurance doesn't pay for it, you could also apply. And these are the different therapies. So we pay for up to 3 therapies per month. So that would be like 3 physical therapies, 3 occupational. So one of each of them. So you can't get occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy all in a month. You would have to pick your therapy that you want. But we have physical therapy, occupational therapy, hippotherapy, and aquatherapy. The hippotherapy and the aquatherapy has to be performed by a therapist. When you get your mind, the hippotherapy, the kiddos get sitting straight up. I've seen individuals with autism that get on, and that animal connection, right away, they're calmed down. Hippotherapy is great for individuals. So is the water. Really, really, really good. One of my sons had occupational therapy and speech therapy when he stopped talking when he was 2 years old. And that really helps to reconnect the brain and when things are going on there. I'll move on to recreation. So recreation, we have a winter camp coming up. We really like to have the kids that attended summer camp attend our winter camp because we already have all their medical forms in. But if we don't fill up, we will be taking individuals that did not attend our summer camp this past year. Here you'll see information about our winter camp, our summer camp, our weeks we'll be having it. We do open registration in early January. And if you have any teens that you want to get out of the house, we do pay staff. And we also have volunteers if you need volunteer service hours. It's really great to see the kids come out to camp and, as one mother said, be around their people. They find their people and they fit in and they have a great time and forget about their disabilities. There's one individual who attends camp, and the mother had told me that he doesn't like going to activities that are just for individuals with disabilities. And he doesn't feel like our camp is. And so he enjoys coming. And I think that's a great compliment.
What are the specific diagnoses that are eligible for the camp program? Other than age, what are you looking for a camper?
Our camp age is actually 4 until the age 21. As far as disabilities, as long as it's any physical or developmental disability, they would qualify. So we have a lot of cerebral palsy. We have complex children that need to be tube fed. We have caths that we have to take care of. We do have a nursing staff on. We have autism. We pretty much have everything. I enjoy working with the families to make sure that our camp is a good fit for those kiddos. So I meet with those families when they're a first-time family to get to know the family and make sure that what we're doing at camp is what's best for their child. If I know ahead of time that they don't like loud noises, we're going to try to prevent that, or we have headphones, or give the kiddo a warning. And so we type out all that information and give it to our lead counselors and our counselors. So everything is very individualized for each child, depending on their needs.
What's the staffing ratio with the counselors and the kids?
So it was one-on-one, and staffing is really hard to find. So if a child is able to be like 2 campers to 1 counselor, we can do that. And we ask that. Some parents want their kids to be more independent, and they don't want, not that we hover, but they don't want anybody hovering over their kid. They want them to enjoy themselves. So sometimes we pair them 3 to 1. It's just what the child needs. If we have someone who elopes or runs away, it's going to be probably 2 counselors to 1 child. So it's just on what the kiddo needs and what's best for safety. So our performing arts and theater is kind of taking a change over the past couple of years. We currently have chorus and dance on Monday evenings at Whitfield. It's about a 45-minute rehearsal, and kids that participate in this program are age 9 to 21. They have a great time singing. They will be performing for the holiday. And we're trying to get more individuals involved, all types of abilities. In February, we will have a 3-week theater program that will end with a performance beginning of March. Signups TBD. So here, if you want to attend, you could learn more if you want to participate and volunteer. The other thing that I want to share with you, every December, we have someone come into town who does a presentation for our family conference.
And Robin, what's the cost for the conference?
Oh my goodness, it is nothing. It's totally free.
It's a free one.
And even that, you have a free continental hot breakfast. before he talks. So it's from 9 to 12, but the continental breakfast starts at 8:30, and it's totally free to anyone. You don't have to be a variety family. You can bring your kids if you want to, but there will not be any childcare provided. But if you have a kiddo that would be engaged and would want to sit there, a lot of parents are like, no, I just want to leave my child with a caregiver and go out and learn information and bond with families. That's great too. So it's completely.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've got to butt in again because I want to remind all our families, this is a great opportunity to use respite if this is not for your family member. And if you don't have respite, you should call us to find out more about it.
The family conference, there'll be more information here about that coming up. Then I wanted to go to this free family events. A lot of people that I chat with want to bond with other families. You guys are all going through similar things, similar but different, and you can be a great support for each other. And this social group, our family council, the parents on that committee will take a month and do an activity. And it's just kind of, you bring your whole family if you want, and you meet other people and the kids are interacting. If you sign up for that, you'll be contacted whenever we have an event coming up. And if you want to participate, great. If it's not a good night for you, no big deal. If you say you want to come and don't end up coming, not a big deal. I know life happens and things change. So we do have a list for that we send out information when it comes up.
Great. And I noticed there were a couple buttons on the webpage that gave families a chance to sign up for that. So I think part of self-care is connecting with other families and feeling like you know other people that have similar experiences to you. So you can get that with Variety. Many organizations have those kinds of groups, including the ARC. So make sure that you are finding your folks. I guess I'm looking at my questions and I think you really answered most of them. Is there anything else, Robin, that you want people to know about Variety, the children's charity? What should they walk away with that maybe we haven't talked about? Anything?
We're just trying to empower kids to do what's possible. And whether through equipment, therapy, or programming, we just want things to be possible for these kiddos because they can do.
Awesome. I don't know that there's anything we could say that would be better than that to close out. Finding possibilities for everybody is a great mission. And I really thank you, Robin, for joining me today.